be on actually an article I found. Actually, it was from Canoe Media, Canoe.ca, from the Edmonton Sun. I'm very open-minded with my papers, where I get my news from. Um, Something I find is pretty good. Some pretty good articles in the Sun sometimes. You get lucky with the Sun here and there. But this article is basically titled Fuss on the Bus. As Education Too Hot for BC Authorities by Mindell Jacobs of Sun Media Corp. Um, I'll read the article first and I'll put my comments in on it. How did we become a nation of wimps? Why did it take a Supreme Court of Canada ruling to uphold our rights and freedoms of expression? Somewhere along the way, we evolved into people who blanch at controversy, tiptoe around politics and religion, and can't bear the thought of being offended. Democracy is supposed to be elastic enough to embrace disagreement, debate, and clash ideologies. Freedom to express all kinds of views within reason constitutes the lifeblood of a healthy country. In open societies, it's a right we're supposed to cherish. In totalitarian states, it's a right people fight and die for. Okay, then I agree. In BC, the transit authorities figured too much politics was bad for democracy. During the 2005 provincial electoral campaign in BC, Transit and TransLink, BC Transit and TransLink refused to run political ads. Were the ads incendiary or racist? Did they threaten or violence or hatred? Not at all. The ad the BC Teachers Federation wanted to run addressed concerns about the education system. The proposed bus ad said 2,500 fewer teachers, 113 schools closed. Our students, your kids, we're speaking out for. The Canadian Federation of Students wanted to buy bus ads as well to encourage more young people to vote. One of their ads showed an image of a crowd at a concert. The text read, Register now, learn the issues, vote. May 17th, 2005. Legitimate topics. Neither ad would have sparked riots in the streets. Both issues are legitimate topics for public discussion. The education system is under strain and few people are bothering to vote. But the BC transit authorities were apparently frightened that permitting political advertising would trigger some kind of social cataclysm. No advertisement will be accepted which advocates or opposes any ideology or political philosophy, point of view, or action the policy states. Also banned are ads that are likely to cause offense or create controversy. Yikes, sounds more like North Korea than Canada. Sort of puts a different spin on the vision of laid back Lotus Landers. We can have controversy, can we? Why? That would make people think. It might even convince them to get socially and politically involved in their communities. It took a Supreme Court judgment last week to knock some sense into the BC transit authorities. Banning political ads on public buses is a violation of free speech, the High Court declared. It is difficult to see how an advertisement on the side of a bus that constitutes political speech might create a safety risk or unwelcome environment for transit users, wrote Supreme Court Justice Marie Deschamps. This will probably open the door to all sorts of other ads from the likes of, say, anti-abortion activists and atheist Bible thumpers and the enviro crowd. Good, bring it on. Reasonable rules. Fortunately, our major transit agencies, such as those in Toronto, Ottawa, Edmonton, Calgary, and Winnipeg, typically have reasonable ad rules, generally based on the Code of Advertising Standards. In addition, Edmonton Transit stipulates that ads must be of a moral and reputable character, and the City of Ottawa bans ads that convey a negative religious message that might be deemed prejudicial or that are likely to cause widespread offense. They are bound to be others willing to push the bounds of tolerance in the name of free expression. So what? We're supposed to be a mature democracy. We should behave like one. Stop acting like scared chickens. Well, I have to say, Mrs. Mendel Jacobs is nailed it, nailed it right on the head here. I agree with it fully. Or what she said fully. I'm not going to really comment too much. You know what? When it comes to religion, I'm going to tell you this right now. That's a hot topic. Religion and politics is a very hot topic. Um, like I always say one thing. I mean, I'm a very open-minded person. Um, both Jesus and Muhammad are basically come from the same. They went their separate ways. Um, so we can't really say much about them. I mean, yeah, they went their different ways. Basically, both Christianity and Islam are pretty much very similar in what they preach. Okay, so I'm not going to go much more detail on that. But I could see the point here. Um, remember a couple years back with in the Dutch with the cartoon The Prophet Muhammad. Well, you know what? If they can't handle it, I mean it's ridiculous the protests it caused. I don't honestly don't think anybody should lose their job for printing a cartoon like that. The Islamic people say, "Oh, it's offensive to our religion." You know what? If somebody did that to our prophet, Jesus or whoever, it'd be like we'll just laugh at it. I mean, these cartoons are not serious. They're being trying to lighten the mood up a little bit. Um, so I mean, there's many cartoons, even on the Sunweb papers, or even the Toronto Star, or even the Metro or the 24-hour papers. I haven't really done much commented much stuff in there, but I mainly go to the Toronto Star or the Sun's website to get the article from there, a quote from them. So yeah. Um, you know what? I mean, I'm personally, if I mean, I get offended. Well, I mean, I recently was offended by someone I work with. I was saying something about the Canadian military. Um, that they can't fight. They're nobodies in the world. They never were. Well, I was really personally offended by that due to my dad, and my uncle's service to Canada in the military. My uncle basically served, I don't know how many years he served in the Canadian Army with the Black Watch. So you can't really, don't really say negative about the Canadian military. That's when I get really cranky and very miserable, and I'm very likely to confront you on that issue. I don't care if you're a 300-pound black man. Um, you say something about the Canadian military, you better be ready to pay the price for it. You better be able to back your point up. If you can't, you just come out across as a snob. Okay, I mean, I put Israel, Canada, British, the British, pretty much the top three militaries. The U.S. Marine Corps, yeah, okay, I'll put them up there. Just the Marines, it's about U.S. Special Forces guys, like Delta SEALs, Green Berets, Rangers, people like that, are okay U.S. troops. Air Forces, Canada's one of the best. We're not the best overall, we're second best. I give Israel the best category. They had the most experience in air combat recently and over the last so many years. Um, so, I mean, yeah. People say, oh, India, China, North Korea, all these countries have bigger militaries. Well, that may be true, but here's the one thing training. It's training, it's training, it's training. Canadian, British, Israeli, American, to an extent, not the regular troops in the U.S., are well trained and very well equipped. Well, Canada, we're not really that well equipped, but we are equipped for the job, what we have to do. People say we're peacekeepers. To me, we're not. We never were. Well, I'm going to be signing off on this one right now, so thank you everybody for watching, and have yourselves a great night. I hope you enjoy yourself today. Good day. Bye.